know I'm up, boy, thump. Like my neighbors jumping up a pump, pump. Boy, I bump in that Billy Sean, he ain't know him, he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie say trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie say trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I'm pretending with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just suckin' my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water, three with the smiles, all the ops gonna pout. They all in the sewers, the south in the clouds. I'ma stay down to the sound, on the floor to the cut, got no paper, told him quit the pocket, watching jeans ripping at the seams, holding on some dead foes, schizophrenic with the bag, listen to the money, nigga praying every day, glad to say I was broke, tell him battle, now I got my bands up, 1000 on the bill, just to keep the pants up, only on the real note, I couldn't fake what I've been doing, all my real ones know this nigga riding for his youth, 50 going up, they see the chain, I keep it tough, say she feeling new, nigga, try love, say she know me for my smile, so I'm looking mean, see me through the dance, walking, so I'm
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Fifth quarter week. I think we in week 9. Leave it. Go over there. No. Get down. Get down. Y'all already know what it is. I think we're in week 9 or 8. Not too sure. Whatever it takes, the league that makes people quit the league in the middle of a game. You know? We had that happen, I think last week. The Browns user, backed out. Quit the game, quit the league. I mean, when it comes to this game, like I said in the past, some people just get up in their feelings tremendously. Even if you was going to quit the league, just finish the game out. Why you going to waste somebody's time? Let them build up, a good stat resume for that game only to quit. You know what I'm saying? I don't forget about stuff like that neither. This is why some people is not allowed to come back. And this is why some people, it's like, all right, I seen what you did. I will never forget that. That's just a waste of time, and I think that sometimes some people don't even think about things like that. Y'all got to understand, to sit down and play these games pretty much takes an hour. The games is pretty much 45 minutes, 48 minutes, stuff like that. But that's pretty much an hour, man. And it's like, you don't know what somebody sacrificed within that hour or what they could have done. But they said, you know what, let me schedule my game, knock out my game, only to turn around and have somebody quit on them. That's foul play, man. And I don't take stuff like that lightly. I don't forget stuff like that. So, it's not cool, yo. But in any case, let's get into these standings. AFC North, similar battle to last year. The Bengals, he dancing. He 5-3. He's right there with them. Ravens on a 5-game win streak. The Steelers on a 3-game win streak. So the Bengals going to have to keep pace with these two over there in AFC North. And I just got to tell you this, Bengals. This is food for thought. You need to know this. From here on out, every year, this is going to pretty much be what you're looking at. Ravens and Steelers, back and forth. Leave that. Ravens and Steelers. You want the pillow? Yeah, take it down. Ravens and Steelers back and forth, every year. So you got to know you're going to have to come with it when it comes to them too. So just keep that in mind. But you doing your thing right now. You 5-3, so I'm impressed. AFC South, we got the Colts at 7-1. And y'all can't tell me I don't know the league. I know the guys in the league. Now, not only is this interesting what you're looking at, because the Colts is 7-1 and Big Game James is in second at 6-2. But the Colts missed the playoffs last year. And what did I say at the beginning of the season? I said, when I went over and went through every division and I was doing my predictions of who going to make the playoffs and who I think will win the division, I said the Colts would bounce back this year and make the playoffs this year. Didn't I say that? I know I said that because I was there when I said it. The Colts definitely right now on the mission. He didn't like the fact that he had to wish on other people's downfall, and he needed help to get in. I'm pretty sure that was a position that he did not like to be in. So he said, you know what? Come this season, I'm not going to put myself in that position. He came out, he balling right now. He's 7-1. Big Game James is 6-2 with them Texans. They are in second. But I'm here to tell you, Coach, there's a long race going on, my boy. You're going to have to keep doing what you're doing. You're on the 6-game win streak. You're doing your thing. The Texans lost 2 in a row. And the Jags is 4-4. You know, he's not out this race neither. He won his last 3. He started out 1-4. He's now at 500. So this division is shaping up to be pretty more competitive than what it was last season. But right now, Colts is the man at the top of the division. In the AFC East, we got the Dolphins sitting at 5-3, the Jets at 4-3, Bills at 3-5. That's Dwayne. This division is still close right now. You know, the Bills, even though they're under 2 games under 500, they are 2 games out of first place. And the Jets and Dolphins right now are pretty much locked for first. You know, with Dolphins in first right now. But pretty interesting AFC East going down right now. AFC West. You got the problem, the Chiefs, 8-0, Murph, 8-game win streak, Chargers sitting at 3-5, and it just looked like the Chiefs is just going to run away with this division every season unless the Chargers or the Broncos, or even the Raiders for that matter, decide to step up and give the Chiefs something to worry about, come some type of threat over there. But as of right now, the Chiefs is looking like they're going to coast every year in this division, and they're 8-0 right now. They're the AFC champs, by the way. So they're looking like they're on a mission to get back to the bowl. They're undefeated over there in the AFC West. In the NFC North, we got the Bears at 6-1. That's Dre Day. Corlow sitting at 4-3. Packers on some BS. Vikings, Silk the Shocker sitting at 2-6. The Vikings not quite having the season they had last year. The Vikings not quite having the season that they thought they would as last season. But, you know, listen, it's still some games left, but they're going to have to start winning some games if they want to turn this around. Because when we only at, you know, the midway through the season and you already have 6 losses, you are already pretty much at that mark where you really can't afford to lose any more games, or maybe one more game for that matter, before you can start putting a bow on your season. So Vikings and Packers, they definitely going to have to make some things happen over there. But the Bears looking like they have something to say over there in the NFC North. You know, Dre Day looking locked in this season. Last season he had moments, but he just couldn't quite get it done. At the end of the season, he started fading off. But this season, he's telling the NFC North, you know, this is my division, and so far it is. NFC South, we got Carolina Blue Mo sitting at 4-3. The Bucks are 3-4. That's Rico Trey Dog 3-5. Trey Dog lost 5 games in a row. He was 3-0. Looking like he was on his way for a little redemption season, but not quite. He lost 5 in a row. Morale is low. Locker room is quiet. Guys ain't talking to themselves. That Falcons team is sinking fast. I don't quite know what happened, other than this got to go back to last season when they had that heartbreaking loss at the end of the year. Get up. But as of right now, Carolina Blue Mo, he's still sitting at top of the division at 4-3. NFC East, we got the Cowboys, 5-game win streak. They are 6-1. Giants 5-3. Eagles 4-3. This division is pretty tight right now. I expected this division to be tight like this coming into this season. Giants got a new quarterback over there. They got Shedeur Sanders. Dallas, Dallas was going to come back into this season more focused than what they were last season, more on the mission, more determined. So this NFC East right now is pretty tight, So we're going to see how this thing shake out as the season move on. NFC West, we got the Seahawks at 7-1, Cardinals at 5-3. Cardinals at 5-3. Leave it. Don't touch that. No. Cardinals at 5-3. 49ers at 3-4. 49ers right now, I mean, I don't know. Oh, yeah, you did play the Bears, but I don't know. I mean, I hear you, but I can't really go with that all the way. Bears, he balling right now. He doing his thing. But, yeah, it definitely could have been 5-2, you know what I mean? But, y'all dudes might meet up come playoff time or something. But don't know what quite know what's going on with the 49ers right now. They are sitting at 3-4, not having the type of season that they figured, especially coming off that big-time trade for Crosby. I don't know. I guess the Bosa brothers, got upset, behind what happened with that trade. Don't quite know what's going down. But 49ers is not having the season that they thought they would. But 49ers at 3-4 right now. They still, it's still a lot of games to be played. But when you start talking division wise, Seahawks at 7-1, the champ. Correction, pardon me. The disrespect. I said the Seahawks, the champs. The champs are at 7-1, and they ain't looking like they're slowing down. So surprisingly, the Cardinals is 5-3. Activists, I wouldn't expect him to be sitting in second at this time. That's pretty shocking so far to me. And but the 49ers gonna have to turn things around. I believe he played the Seahawks again, and I believe he still got to play the Cardinals twice. So just because you see what you see right now, don't mean it's going to stay like that. But definitely going to have to start getting into that mode of turning things around sooner than later. You can't stop the run. I mean, yeah, you better get on that sooner than later. We got to go back a couple of weeks for the recap. You know what I mean? We're gonna go back to week 6. So in week 6, we had the Jags and Dragons. The Jags won this one 31-28. The Dragons, coming off a playoff berth last season, not having a season they thought they would be having. I mean, they made the playoffs. What's interesting about the league, right? And and I'm pretty sure it's the same way in real life. When you come off a playoff season and you go into that next season, you expect to get back to the playoffs. You expect to go back and you figure you're going to make noise this time around, right? You be like, yo, man, we lost in this round. Yo, we're going to go back next year and we're going to get our revenge. But it don't always work out that way. What you did one season has nothing to do with the next, because you got to remember, teams improve, and it could be a team that didn't even make the playoffs all of a sudden, like the Colts. The Colts right now are sitting in first at their division with 1 loss at 7-1. They missed the playoffs last year, but guess what? Right now, they're going to take a playoff spot over there in the AFC. So one season has nothing to do with the next. So it's very important to not focus on, what you just did, and just focus on what you need to do. Wait, what needs to be done. So Dragons right now, I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen the games. I mean, I thought they would have a better season. They got the rookie QB Jalen Milroe, I believe his name is, or something like that. But they're not having the success that he probably thought he would, and that's what makes these games. That's what makes these games interesting. Then we had Dolphins and Bills. Dolphins won this one, 56-21. Buffalo just gonna have to they're gonna have to figure some things out, like, and because after it come a point in time where you have to identify what you're doing wrong, or you have to make a consistent effort not to continue to do it, or even allow certain things to be done. Bears and Packers. Bears won this one 41-13. The Bears were still undefeated at this point. Bears is off to a hot start. He didn't play no games with the Packers. Packers are struggling, but Bears said, listen, I'm coming in. I'm taking care of business in the first half, and that's what they did. Big game James took care of the 49ers. Like I said, the 49ers are struggling right now. Only scored 10 points against this Houston Texans defense, and the 49ers gave up 35 points. Not what you want if you're a 49ers fan. And Texas won this one by 25. Then you had Colts.
Yes.
Well, I gotta look at that. Calm. Why did you play the computer? You said you played them 4 times at that. We gotta do some investigation. Bat, if you're on, Dwayne, G, Relly, Pearl, if any of y'all on, did y'all catch wind of this to find out why he played the computer? But not only played the computer 4 times. So 2 things must have happened in this game. Either A, he had a breakout, and he probably kept playing it, starting it over until he got the breakout. Or the second thing that happened, in my opinion, is he was losing, and he kept starting it over until he won. Either way, he had no business playing the computer. You know what I mean? So that's not a good look, and that will get addressed. Chiefs and Broncos. Chiefs rolled over the Broncos 49-14. PS5 kept overheating. Cowboys and Raiders. Cowboys won this one blowout fashion, 56-19 over the Raiders. All right. But you still weren't supposed to play the computer anyway. Like, even if it was overheating, I'm going to take your word for it because I have no reason not to. But you still had no business playing the computer. You know what I mean? Computer's a straight force win. You know? Yeah, bro, no playing the computer. That's a force. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that we just against playing the computer just because it's computer. We just got a bad taste in our mouth with that from previous guys, from previous, Maddens that was doing some crazy stuff against the computer. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not that, we don't want nobody playing the computer because that's something that we came up with. There's a reason behind it. Stop. Leave the cup alone. It's a reason behind it. But then we had Eagles and Vikings. Eagles won this one 24-14 over Silk the Shocker and the Vikings. Vikings not having the season that they did last year. I mean, other than that crazy game ending win they had with the 49ers, they pretty much haven't made no noise outside of that after that moment. But they're going to have to turn things around like right now. Ravens and Browns, where Browns was the user that we had, he got dismantled 49-6. Losses like this is what started into him leaving the league. This is probably where it began. This type of loss, it came from a division rival. He felt like, I'm in a division with this dude beating me like this. There's no chance for me whatsoever. Bengals against the new Patriots user. The new Pats user, welcome to the league. But man, oh man, oh man. I mean, one thing I'll say about Jay Green is that I've been seeing him put up a lot of points. And even though I haven't been seeing him put up a lot of points against the upper echelon teams, the upper echelon teams, he's definitely, when he plays somebody at a lower caliber. He definitely putting up big numbers on them. And once again, he did the same thing. Put up basically 80 on the Pats. Pats, you new to the league. All I can say is I hope you stick around, because everybody don't have the mental toughness to go through these type of losses. Even though I always say, if you stay, leave it. Even though I always say, if you stay with it and stay consistent, you won't keep getting these type of losses, but you got to stay with it. That's the only way you're going to get better. You know what I mean? And you got to learn. And this league right here is a competitive league. So you're going to always be in the learning phase, and you will learn. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you playing. You may play a guy that might miss the playoffs, and I'm telling you now, he might beat you, 45-10. And that's a guy missing the playoffs. Just the way it is, but no need to get discouraged. Just keep playing. Steelers and Ravens, and this was the game that solidified the Browns, to me. Once again, the Browns got pummeled against a division opponent. He realized he had no chances to win in this division with Ravens and Steelers. And this is what made him check out, but he checked out like a sucker. He quit in the middle of the game and then quit the league. But the crazy part about the way he left is that he sent me a DM message, and it was nothing like what happened. I had no idea he quit the way he quit, or, he presented it a whole different way to me. But it's obvious he quit because, he couldn't take what was coming his way. Yeah, I see it. Then we had Cowboys and Dragons. Looked like in this game, the Cowboys resulted back to his old ways. Scored 61, gave up 49. These type of games, like I said, neither opponent is happy. If you score 49 points, you never expect to lose, and lose by more than one score at that. And if you're the Cowboys, you scored 61, but you gave up 50. You're not happy about that neither. And but it all counts as a win, and it all counts as a loss. Bottom line. You definitely do. You've been taking your punishment like a man. I commend you for that. Because but again, the proof is in the pudding that if you stay with it, you will get better. I'm telling you, Raiders, we had several guys that came into the league and was losing like how you lose. But I'm telling you, they stayed with it. Stop. They stayed with it, kept playing, and they got better. You know what I mean? And Raiders, I will tell you this, Raiders, you have gotten a little better this season than what you were last season. Again, it's not always about the wins and the losses, right? When you somebody that's struggling and you trying to get familiar with how the league run and all of that, it's not always about wins and losses. You got to start going in between what's going on in the game. You understand? And you got to come up with a scheme, and when you play certain guys and you look at their personnel, you got to make a decision on what it is you willing. Oh, that's you, Naruto? My bad. You stay changing your name like sneakers, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know that was your name on there. But yeah, you too. You know what I mean? You definitely been staying with it. But I'm gonna get into more of what I mean by having schemes and what you willing to force your other opponent to do. I'm gonna get into that shortly of what I mean. But Raiders, you've definitely improved since last season. Commanders, I can't say the same for you, my boy. You getting beat like a slave, and I don't know if it's because you feel like you don't have the parts that you need, but in all honesty, man, Washington is not a horrible team. Like they got pieces over there to compete with, but more than anything, you've been out the loop for so long that you just now getting back into Madden probably. And it's understandable because you've been out of Madden, and guess what? This league been going on since the last time you was here, which was a few years ago. So but you'll be all right. Stay with it. Dolphins and Pats. Pats, once again, you lose by a big number. Pats. See, Raiders, you haven't been losing like how the Pats are losing. This was you last season, Raiders. You was getting beat like this last season. You know, you still getting beat by a big margin, but it's not looking like this. The Pats look like right now he's starting from the beginning. And we'll see how he do moving forward. He's in a division with the Dolphins, so keep that in mind. You got to play him twice a year. Cardinals and Bengals. Like I said, Bengals is known for putting up points, but in this case, he gave up a lot of points. So his offense is producing. The Bengals might be averaging 40. No lie. That might be his average. He might be averaging 40 or like 38, something like that. But you know, in this case, he gave up 68. So it's not what you want. You know, like I said, you always hear me say, if you score 40 and 50 points, you don't expect to lose. You just don't. You know I don't. I know if I score 45 points, I don't expect to lose. You know, you got to figure defense got to make some type of stop for you to get the win. But, you know, Cardinals won this one. Cardinals off to a good start. He's in second over there in the NFC West. Jets and Chargers, E-ball right now hanging in there in that AFC East with the Dolphins. He won this one over the Chargers 35-22. Ravens blew out the Vikings. My boy Silk the Shocker struggling right now with the Vikings. Like I said, what you did one season has nothing to do with the other one. It's a new season. Teams get better. Schemes changes. Player personnel changes. You know, and right now the Vikings just gotta weather the storm. Ravens won this one in blowout fashion. Seattle, the champ, went against Big Game James and blew him out 46-24. Listen, impressive win for the Seahawks. You know, listen, right now the Seahawks are showing them being the champ wasn't no fluke, right? They ain't win the bowl last season, and then you look around right now and they 3-4 or 4-4, something like that. They are 7-1. They are here to show the league. Not only did they win the bowl, but they're showing the league that they're here to repeat. Seahawks is on one right now, and you know, I'm just here to bring it to the light. The Texans, this is only his second loss of the season, but this was a big win for the champ. Lions and Packers. Packers lost this one 21-49 to the Lions, his division rival. Let me say this too about teams like the Packers and teams that always struggling and, you know, find themselves not in the playoff race. You guys got to get out here and work these phones like a GM. Y'all can't be letting the trade deadline pass y'all by and y'all not making no moves. If you feel like it's something that you missing, whether it's a middle linebacker, a pass rusher, a cornerback, you got to go out and make some moves. Some of you guys just be staying pat. Don't even work the phones. You know, y'all got to go out there and make some things shake. You know what I mean? Like, in order for your team to get better, besides, you know, you trying to upgrade them, and then that's another thing, you know, some of you guys don't know how to build teams. You know, so if you don't know how to build teams, then you got to go out there and make some trades. You got to trade for some draft picks. You got to trade for some players that could come in and play right now. But you just can't stay packed and not do anything. And then you look around and you're 2-7 and you got nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? You got nothing. You got no type of, you know, excitement going into next season. Like, you got to go out there and make some trades. Work these phones. You know what I mean? Like, you see guys like Murph. You see Murph in this chat every other day, KC on the block. And then you wonder why when draft time comes, you look around, he got like 3 firsts. It's simply because he always working the phone. Stop. It's because he always working the phones. You know what I mean? You guys got to take notes. Like, you see Murph always out there working them phones. Murph always saying, KC on the block, KC on the block, KC on the block. Like, you guys got to get out there and do the same thing. Like, make some moves. Like, go into the draft with a first and 2 seconds or 2 firsts or 3 thirds. Like, you know, go make some moves. Like, I traded my middle linebacker, Dean. Why? Because, number one, he ain't my best linebacker. Yeah, he young and all that, but he had to be signed. And I know he's going to win a couple of coins, and it's like, you know what? I'm not going to pay him a couple of coins just to be the number 2. So what I did, I traded him, and I didn't try to trade him for a first or anything like that. I traded him for a third. You know what I mean? Something that I knew somebody wouldn't mind saying, I'll give you a third for him. You know, it means more to me to get a third rather than have him just for this season like a rent, like I'm renting them. Nah, man, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys got to get out there and make some moves. Like, you see certain teams always out here making trades, calling, you know what I'm saying, working these phones, making it do what it do. But some of y'all just don't do anything. And then you wonder why you look around every year, you ain't last in your division. Week 8 recap. We had the Lions and Vikings. Vikings seem to always play the Lions close no matter what. But bottom line, Vikings did not win. It came up short. Lions is in second right now behind the Bears in that division. So, you know, he see the type of start that the Bears is having. So he can't afford to be dropping too many more games. Eagles and Dolphins. This was a good game. Eagles won this one. Walk-off field goal. Cannot lie. I was nervous as I don't know what, trying to kick that field goal because of the way the new field goal meter is. You know, it's crazy because I missed a lot of field goals already during the season, regular kicks. But I made a game winner, you know, being iced. We'll take it though. But now back to the teams that I talk about, that teams like the Raiders and them and Pats, you know, them type of teams, Packers, you know, when I mention scheme, when I mention about having a scheme, right? Stop, man. Give me that. Give me. So stop. When I mentioned before about scheming, right? Now, let me just give you a quick example. When I said I'm going to get back to that. Look, when I came into this game against the Dolphins, and I'm looking at all the road runners that he have, from running back going to wide receivers with Tyreek Hill and everything, right? My scheme was this. Don't let the road runners be a road runner, right? Try to make him go elsewhere other than kill you with Tyreek Hill. Guess what? His running back led the team in receptions, 10 receptions. Now, I'm not saying because I had that scheme, I was going to win. I'm not saying that, but I was willing to live and die with that scheme. You get what I'm saying? If you playing against a team that got Tyreek Hill and Waddle opposite of each other, and you come out that game with the running back leading a team of receptions, then you've done your job. That means I'm willing to make him play a different way. Again, that's not to say that I was going to win the game, because I easily could have lost this game. The game was a close game, back and forth, competitive game. But what I'm saying is that I came into this game with a scheme of not letting Tyreek Hill and Waddle get off. If he beat me, he would have to beat me with playing a whole nother way. You know what I'm saying? Even if he said he going to take what I'm giving him, all right, cool. Then I'm willing to give you that. But I'm not going to give you Tyreek Hill killing me. You know, when you look around, Tyreek Hill got 200-something yards receptions, you know, with 2 or 3 TDs. I was not willing to do that, and I was not willing to let Waddle get off. That's what I mean by having a scheme. Now, having a scheme does not mean that you're going to win games. But what I'm saying is that at least you have a starting point. Bottom line. So that's what I was willing to go with, and that's what I was saying. So, you know, teams that be struggling, man, just come up, just try to have a scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like, just try to come up with something to other than just play and just think that, you know, you waiting to see, you know, ain't no waiting to see. You got to come into the game feeling like, you know, you got to, I mean, look, I could get into this all day, but try to have a scheme. What's your plan at the end of the day? Leave it. Bengals and Bears. Look, I told you about the Bengals a few minutes ago, right? I said I think the Bengals is averaging probably 40 a game. He scored 66 on the Bears, and mind you, the Bears is undefeated. Gimme. The Bears undefeated at this time. 36 points is nothing to snooze at. But man, Bengals put up 66. Bengals is looking like a dangerous team over there in the AFC. I mean, he's in the division with the Ravens, and still he's only 2 games out of first. But it's like every time I look around, the Bengals has got 50 points, 55, 58, 45, 60. Like, he's putting up big time numbers over there. And this is Jay Green. Like, y'all realize that? Y'all do realize Jay Green was in with us last Madden, right? You just don't remember him because he wasn't in for a long period of time, and when he was in, he wasn't making no noise. But man, he coming back and he's repping for his name. He balling right now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give the Bengals a shout out. The man is scoring a ton of points against different people that he play. It's only the Bears' first loss of the season, but I'm not gonna lie. Even if it was my first loss of the season, I would be annoyed by this type of loss. You know what I mean? To give up that many points, you know, and it could have just been the Bears had a lot of turnovers. I'm pretty sure that was the case. But nevertheless, you know, it's still only one loss for the Bears. It don't change the season that he's having. He's having a great start. But this is one to take on the chin, though. Jags and Jets look like they've had to play 3 times. But nevertheless, Jags got the win. Jags won 3 in a row, and it pushed them to 4-4 on the season. Colts. You need your upgrade against the Jets. What happened? Colts and Raiders. Colts won this one 48-26. Like I said, Colts, man, he's on one. Oh yeah, Colts. I'm gonna do your players after this too. Calm. I didn't never get a chance to do your players. Go put this back. I never got a chance to do your players, and because you didn't send it to me right away. You sent it to me later on, but even when you did, I still never got a chance to do it. So right after I do these, I'm take care of your players for you missing the off season. But nevertheless, Colts continuing his winning ways. He won this one by 22 over the Raiders. Carolina Blue Mo won a tight one against the Bills. Man, this would have been an upset for you, Carolina Blue Mo. Good battle, Dwayne. That's what I want to see. I don't want to keep seeing you get blown out, man. I want to see you compete. You know what I mean? It's nothing like competing. Even if you lose, so what? You lose. But to be losing 56-20 and 45-17, like, man, you got to put them type of games behind you. Good win. Good hard-fought win for the Panthers. And just good overall battle for the Bills. Giants and Broncos. Giants won this one 47-30. I knew Denver lost this game without even watching it. I seen the Giants say good game, and Denver didn't even meet them at the midfield to say good game back. So when I seen that, I definitely knew who won this game. But Giants won this one 47-30 over the Broncos. Chiefs and Texans. The problem, Murph 8-0. He won this one by 4 over the Big Game James. This was a battle. Chiefs won by 4 at home. This could be definitely a playoff preview that's to come. But Chiefs is on one right now. And matter of fact, Chiefs is the only undefeated team in the league right now. So they're on a mission right now. Steelers and Niners. Steelers won this one 35-16 over the 49ers. 49ers right now, like I said, they're struggling. And the defense is letting them down more than anything, you know. But I don't know, man. It seemed like he was better off keeping the Bosa brothers together because it's like, I don't know if the morale is going on with that defense or not, but 49ers is not gelling right now. Steelers won this one 35-16 over the Niners, so good win for the Steelers. And then we had Ravens and Pats. And Pats looked like he's going to be in for a long season. Not even for the fact that he's just giving up a ton of points every game. He's giving up a ton of points and he's not scoring. So, I don't know. I'll see how the Pats, I'll check his temperature in a few more weeks. But Ravens won this one in blowout fashion. All right, on to the current week. We got Bengals and Ravens. Now, this is the type of game where I want to see from the Bengals. I want to see what's what. Now, I will tell you this. The Bengals has been scoring a ton of points. Ravens been scoring points. So, does this game come out and be a low-scoring game? I don't quite think so. I think the Bengals score. It's just a matter that you score more against the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens to win this one, but I will say, I'm curious to see if the Bengals can put up points against this Ravens team. If he does, that's even though if he loses this game, no Zay Flowers this week. That's a pretty big injury. But the Bengals, more than anything, right now he's in the division race. He's only 2 games out of first. If you're the Bengals, you just want to see how you match up more than anything. I mean, even if you lose by a score, you can live with that. You don't want to get blown out. So we'll see how this thing shake out. But I'm going to take the Ravens, even though he got an injury. But I think the Bengals are going to come into play. Give me the Ravens 41, Bengals 35. Jags and Colts. It's a big game right here. It's a big game for the Jags, especially because Colts is in first. And if the Jags can win this game, he'll give the Colts his second loss of the season. And this will knock him down to 2 games out of first in that division. So big game right here for the Jags. It's big for the Colts, but it's more big for the Jags because, like I said, Colts is in first right now. It's big for the Colts because Big Game James is 1 game behind him, and if he loses this game, I think Big Game James have the tiebreaker over him, and he will have retaken first place in that division. Colts is playing some good ball right now, so I got to go with the Colts, man. I'm going to take the Colts over the Jags. I'm going to keep it respectful, though. I'm going to go Colts 34, Jags 29. Eagles and Broncos. Eagles been playing good ball the last few weeks. They got a big-time win over the Dolphins last week. I think we come into this game with high energy. I say Eagles favoring this one by 7 over the Broncos. Next, we got Cowboys and Lions. Interesting matchup. Lions kind of need this game, to be honest, because the Bears, they playing good ball right now. You can't take nothing away from them. And the Lions right now, even though they're in second, they're 2 games out. They lose this game and the Bears win this week. They're 3 games out. And we're starting to get to that territory where you don't want to start looking up and you 3 or 4 games out, and it's only about 3 or 4 games left. So Lions at home, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Cowboys been playing way better consistent ball so far this season. Cowboys been playing good ball. So how could I not take the Cowboys? As much as I want to see them lose, I still got to be honest. I think the Cowboys win this one over the Lions, but I don't know if it will be a blowout. Can be. But I still got the Cowboys. I'm going to say Cowboys 37, Lions 30. Carolina Blue Mole against the Jets. This is a pretty interesting matchup right here because the Panthers is in first by like 2 games over the Bucks. The Jets, I think he's tied for first with the Dolphins. So if you're the Jets, you want to come and get a win against a solid opponent. You at home. This would be one of those feel-good wins if you're the Jets. I'm going to take the Panthers, though. I'm going to take the Panthers. I got to see more from the Jets. I'm not convinced just yet. I'm going to take the Panthers by a score of, I'm going to say, 34 to 27. Set this for the Texans. Oh, Trey Dog left? Wow. See, that's another thing. Like, guys been leaving because the heartbreak hotels, man. And then heartbreak. Everybody ain't built for the heartbreak hotel, and everybody ain't built for, the battle. One thing about this league is a battle, man. You look around and you got killers everywhere. This ain't for everybody, man. I am surprised at Trey Dog, though. I thought he had more fight in him than that. But to me, this goes back to last season when he lost that final game that he blew. He had no business doing what he was doing, but he haven't been the same since. So Dolphins force is set. Bills and Bucks. Bills is only 2 games out of first in the AFC East. If you're the Bills, you have to win this game if you even want to act like a threat in that division. You must win this game. Bucks just coming back on the scene. I don't know how comfortable Rico is, but just yet. But I'm going to take the Bills to win this over the Bucks. I'm gonna say Bills 27, Bucks 23. Commanders and Raiders. Both of these teams are struggling. Can this be the game the Raiders get their first win in the league? I always said it's going to be interesting to see who's the first team that the Raiders beat, and this might be the game. Will the Raiders get their first win over the Commanders? We shall see. Commanders been making trades over there. He had a fire sale. You know, he let some pieces go over there. And you know, but I can't blame him. No, you know, he's building for the future. You know, he's building for the future, and this just goes back to what I was saying. If you're struggling, if you feel like you need certain things, you got to get out there and work the phones, and that's what the Commanders did. He went out there, he made some trades, and now guess what? Coming to this draft, he got several firsts, he got probably several seconds, several thirds. You know, he's been making it do what it do, but I'm still curious to see how this game shake out because, to be quite honest with you, this game could go either way. I'm going to take the Raiders in this, man. Give me the Raiders over the Commanders. 27-23. Give me 1 second. Chargers and Steelers. I mean, look, if you're the Chargers, right, and you wanna turn this season around, you got to get a win like this. You got to go into Pittsburgh and you got to get a win. You know, these type of wins against these type of teams like Steelers and you know them type of teams, it can definitely turn you in the right direction because you're coming out this game with a whole lot of confidence. But the problem is, it's not going to be an easy task to do. Steelers coming off a blowout win over the 49ers. Steelers only have one loss on the season. Steelers playing great ball right now. I got to take the Steelers in this one. It's going to be hard for the Chargers to come in there and pull one out. Give me the Steelers this week over the Chargers, 38-18. The champ, Seahawks, going against the 49ers. Now, here's the thing. Similar to what I said against the Chargers. If the 49ers plan on turning this season around after the slow start that he's having, it's got to start right here. Now, I'm going to take you back to last season. The 49ers swept the Seahawks in the regular season. Now, yes, the Seahawks got revenge, and he eliminated the 49ers in the playoffs, and he went on to win the bowl. And the Seahawks won the first matchup already this season. So I understand that. The reason why I brought up last year, because it's not like the 49ers can't or haven't beat the Seahawks. That's not the case. But what is the case, last season is last season. The last two times they played, the Seahawks won. So Seahawks has a 2-game win streak over the 49ers, looking for his third. If the 49ers lose this game, that pushes him to 3-5, and he's in dangerous territory. If he can win this game, I think this is the win that he will need to jumpstart the season into the direction that he anticipated it going. It's not going to be easy, though. Even though he's home, the champ right now is not playing games. He only have one loss in the season. He's coming off a big-time blowout win over the Texans, which is very impressive. I got to take the Seahawks, man. The champs playing like the champs. They looking like the champs, you know. And right now, let's be honest, the Seahawks are playing with a ton of confidence right now. So the 49ers are going to have to come in here, and they're going to have to do something different other than the last two times that they played, because whatever they came into that game with, it has not worked. And And when you got the champs coming into your house and you struggling on the season, this is the perfect opportunity to turn the season around. I'm going to take the Seahawks to win this one, but I'm going to give the 49ers his respect, and I'm going to say it's going to be close. Give me the Seahawks. Correction. Give me the champs over the Niners. 31-24. Vikings and Dragons. Dragons, another one of them teams, made the playoffs last season, and right now looking like they're a long way from getting back there. And if they lose this game, this might be the game that buried them from making the playoffs, because now you're looking at, 7 losses, something like that, and yet you can't expect to get in with that. So Dragons is in a must-win. Vikings, too, has 6 losses. He's pretty much in a must-win. So this is a must-win game for either opponent if they plan on having any playoff chances in this one. I'm going to take the Dragons, although something is telling me the Vikings might pull this out. But I'm going to take the Dragons in any case. Give me the Dragons. 37-31. And this is a force for the Cards. Power rankings coming up, y'all. That's the recap. That's the predictions. I will see y'all week 10. I'm Ghost.